Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Saturday morning practice. We'll be spending the next hour and a half together. I hope many of you also joined my nightly practice now that starts at 8:30 p.m. on Pacific time every night except Friday night. Okay. So one of the students asked me, he says, Danny, I come to both of your classes. Can you tell me the difference and whether or not, if I have to choose one, which one should I choose? And I said, well, they're different. They're different, but they're complementary. And I actually do both. I do the morning class 6 times a week, and I do the evening class also 6 times a week. So for me, they're complementary. I don't choose. I don't need to choose. But then they both achieve the same purpose, which is to allow us to heal ourselves by restoring the sensitivity to cortisol, basically restoring the harmony between our sympathetic and the parasympathetic nerve. Okay, so today we alternate every Saturday. Today we're going to be doing the breathing exercise, one of the most important practice of the um, of the traditional yoga, right? Which is called a pranayama. Prana means breathing with the stomach. So we're going to pair that with some joint exercise. So let's focus on that. Now, the first thing we need to do is to bring a body and a mind together. As I said many times, that's the true meaning of the word yoga. In India, it's called yuj, which means the yoke, the piece of wood that is between the two oxen, synchronizing them as they pull the cart. So we need to synchronize our body and the mind. I want you to focus on the bottom of your spine. Walk up the spine slowly, one step at a time, towards the top of the head. As you do that, I want you to stretch your spine. Then I want you to open that shoulder and then now lean back the upper torso and then relax the shoulder. Now I want you to focus on the center of your palm. I want you to bring your hands up, mind, body together. We're going to be doing some joint exercise from the wrist to the elbow to the shoulder to the neck, all the way to the top of the head to the face. Now we're going to turn that wrist one turn at a time, doing joint exercise, but I want you to discipline yourself by anchoring your mind on the wrist, examining any changes in your wrist, examining any changes in your body, any heat that you generate, any sweat that you might experience, any pain, any tightness. Focus entirely on the wrist as you turn. And after you make one turn, you start all the way from zero and then turn another one, and then turn another one, and then turn another one at a time. Now we're going to turn the other way. So make sure that you anchor your mind on the wrist. And then we're going to turn the other way. Continue to examine the change in your wrist, one turn at a time. So this is the true meaning of mindfulness. Just remember, put your mind, anchor your mind onto your body when you're moving, anchor your mind on your breath when you're stationary. Stationary is when you're sitting, standing, lying down. And then now we're going to lower our hands. So make sure that your mind is at the center of your palm. Bring the hands down. Once again, we're going to come back to the body, stretch your spine, open that shoulder, lean back, the upper torso, relax the shoulder. Once again, we're going to anchor our mind onto the center of your palm, bring the hands up. And this time we're going to focus on the elbow, bring it all the way up to the shoulder level. And then now we're going to turn the elbow one turn at a time, focus entirely on the elbow. Focus entirely on any change in your elbow, any heat, any sweat, any pain, any numbness, any tightness, any kind of feeling. But whatever it is that you feel, after you feel it, I want you to accept it and then just let it go. And then focus on the next one, starting from zero. Now I want you to turn it the other way, slowly, one turn at a time. Again, and anchor your mind onto your body. Now we're going to bring the hands down, but before you do that, I want you to anchor your mind onto the center of your palm, bring it back together. And then once again, back to our spine, stretch your spine, open the shoulder, lean back the upper torso, and then relax the shoulder. We're moving from the elbow, we're moving from the wrist to the elbow to now to the shoulder. So I want you to focus on the center of the palm, bring up your hand, crossing your hand, bring it up in front of you, bring it all the way up. And once you get to the top of your head, I want you to stretch. And then as you come down, I want you to open the shoulder and then point the center of your palm towards the outside as if you're touching the two walls. And once you get down to the bottom, I want you to completely relax and start from zero again. Bring it back up, stretch, point the center of the palm outside, open the shoulder as if you're touching the walls. Starting from zero again, bring it back up, stretch, open, relax, bring it back up, stretch, open, bring it back down. Now we're going to turn the other way. So open first, sit up straight, stretch, follow the hand, come back down, follow the hand, open, stretch, come back down. Always anchor your mind on the center of your palm. Stretch, and then bring it back down. Back to the spine, stretch the spine, open that shoulder, lean back the upper torso, relax the shoulder. We're going to go from front to back. Now focus on the center of your palm, bring up your hands. Continue, bring it all the way up. Get ready. Open as far back as you can. Feel the pain on your shoulder. Let go of the pain. Come back to the center of your palm. Let it all go. Start from zero. Bring it back up. All the way up. Open as far back as you can. Feel the pain on your shoulder. Let go of the pain. Anchor your mind back to the center of your palm. Together, up. Open. Feel the pain. Let go of the pain. Come back to the center of your palm. Continue. Stretch. And then bring it back down. Now we're going to go from front to back. All the way to the back. Bring it back up. Stretch. And down. Back. Stretch. And down. Always follow the center of your palm. Always anchor your mind onto the center of your palm. And down. Now we're going to go from the dynamic to the static. Dynamic is when we're walking or when we're doing exercise. Static is when we're sitting, when we're lying down, or when we're standing. When you're moving, you anchor your mind onto the body. When you're stationary, you anchor your mind on your breath. So now that we're sitting down, I want you to focus on your breathing. Start with just knowing that I'm breathing. I know that I'm breathing in. I know that I'm breathing out. I know that I'm breathing in. I know that I'm breathing out. One breath at a time. Okay. All right. So we're going to continue. We have 3 sets of exercise that is considered QiGong, inner energy practice. These days it's called QiGong, the practice of Qi energy, life energy. But before I do that, once again, I want to talk about exactly what it is that we're doing here. Well, actually, I'm a spiritual practitioner. I practice Buddhism. I practice meditation as a way of attaining enlightenment. So that's for me. My goal is very, very obvious, very, very clear to me. But it's like we're on the same bus together. There are many, many stops. You're welcome to take any stops you want, any off ramp you want, right? So if you're here for the exercise and you're actually benefiting from the exercise, that's your off ramp. But if you say, well, I want more than exercise, I actually want a chance to calm my nerve, reduce some of my anxiety, right? And that's good too. There's another off ramp. But what does it mean to attain enlightenment? Now, from a Buddhist, attaining enlightenment is not from the outside. In our belief, there's no one overriding entity. We believe that there could be creators. It's a form of energy. It's like the Big Bang. It's a singularity in a time-space continuum. I got all that. But in the end, when we say enlightenment is from within. Now, I mentioned this some time ago that the North Indians, the yogis, they believe that our existence is in 5 dimensions. They're like the Russian doll, one inside another. On the very outside, something that we can see, we can feel, is what they call the food body. It's the food that we consume that turns into this body. And someday, this life will come to an end, and every single molecule that we consume will be returned back to the universe. Nothing left. That's the very outside. That's the food body. Inside of that is an intellect. Intellect. That's a brain. Inside of that is the energy. Now, the yogis believe that the energy is not from the food body. The energy is actually from the universe. The universe passes the energy through us, and they believe that they call these the nadis, and they believe that there's 72,000 of those lines that comes across. Very complicated. Now, when that belief went to the Chinese, they synchronized it with the clock. And since they're astronomers and astrologers, they understand that we live in the solar system. So therefore, they visualize this energy in terms of the sun and the absence of the sun. Right? So that's how the Chinese sort of simplify interpret it. But originally, they believe that the original belief is that there's 72,000 energy lines that passes through us. And then inside of that is what we commonly call karma. And there's great sense saying what karma is. Karma is a record. Every thought, every mental volition that you have is electricity. And there's electricity, there's magnetism. There's magnetism, there's a record. Not only that there's a record, it can turn around and become an electromotive force, influencing your next mental decision. That's what karma is. But karma can be changed. Karma can be changed. In the most inner is what's called a bliss. And so, for someone who said that they want to practice to attain enlightenment, is to move beyond the food body, move beyond the intellect, move beyond the energy, move beyond the karma, to return to the original state, which is that of bliss, loving kindness, compassion, empathy, and equanimity. Okay? So, but there are many off ramps, many off ramps. Now, let's going to continue. And after we do this exercise, we're going to start doing some meditation. And I will come back to this idea that our existence is in the body, the intellect, and then the energy. And the most basic form of the energy is the breath. Okay? All right. So let's start with these 3 inner energy exercise. The first one is called double blade. I want you to lift up your body, stretch the spine, Open the shoulder, relax your shoulder, lean back the torso. Now, this posture is very important because when we talk about the 72,000 nadis, or when the Chinese simplify it into the 12 meridians, we talk about energies between the earth and the sky. And this posture is what we call the one pillar supporting the sky. By definition, since the universe is unbound, we are now the center of the universe. Energy passes through us. Okay, so you're always going to hear me say, stretch your spine, open the shoulder, lean back, and relax. Okay, all right. So we always come back to this. Now we're going to lift up your left hand, stretch out the right hand. It's time to separate the left brain from the right brain. We're going to keep the left hand stationary. We're going to focus on the right hand, mind on the center of the palm. We're going to make a nice, big, easy, slow circle in the front. And then we're going to bring it as far back as you can. Feel the pain on your shoulder. Accept that pain. Let go of the pain. Sit up straight. Okay? Always 3 steps. Make the big circle in the front. Open the shoulder. Feel the pain. Accept that pain. Let go of the pain. Come back to the center of the palm. Sit up straight. Right hand. Feel it. Accept it. And then letting it go. Left hand, right hand stationary. Very slow, very gentle. Feel it, accept it, and then letting it go. Sit up straight. Right hand, accept it, and then letting it go. Left hand, feel it, accept it, and then let it go. 2 more times. Sit up straight. Right hand, feel it, accept it, and then letting it go. One last time. Feel it, accept it, and then letting it go. Back to the breathing, one breath at a time. I know I'm breathing in. I know I'm breathing out. So, a couple of things. One is that you're going to find me always coming back to the breath. As soon as we do any kind of exercise, any kind of energetic exercise where we create stress hormone, when the body is in the sympathetic, the fight or flight mode, that's the time when the stress hormone is actually relieving the inflammation in the body. But as soon as we're done with that, we want to return back to the parasympathetic, the rest and the digest, and let the body restore the sensitivity to the stress hormone, right? Too much of one thing is not good, right? And as soon as you attack, you come back and you defend. It's just the way it is. That's one thing. And the other one is that when I talk about these 5 bodies, ultimately we want to get into the bliss. The bliss is like the sun. The sun is always shining upon us. Right? We had some bad weather in California lately, but even at the worst case, the sun is shining upon us. The bliss inside is always there. What's covering it, what's covering the sun is the dark cloud, is the akusala karma. So we don't say good or bad. We don't say good or evil. That's not how the Buddhists think of things. They think of it as kusala and akusala. Thoughts that are good for you, like compassion, loving kindness, and thoughts that are bad for your karma, like anger, jealousy, hatred. None of those are good for you. So those are called akusala. Akusala, kusala. Kusala is what's good for you. And so what we want to do is we want to we want to think about removing some of the akusala karma, the bad karma. But it's like a glass of water. It's full of mud. And there's so much of it that you can't filter. So what you can do is let it settle. Let it settle, right? Letting it settle is what Zen means. Zen comes from the Chinese word called Chan, which came from the original word called Chana, which came from the North Indian word called Jhana. It just let it settle. So, one way to visualize it is you are sitting here in front of a lotus pond. The thing about lotus pond is I grew up with lotus pond. My school has a lotus pond. On a good day, it's very nice, very clean. At night, you can even see the moon bouncing off the surface of the water. But underneath are mud. The mud is like your bad karma. And someone who came to you and said something bad to you or did something bad to you, it's like someone threw a rock into your pond, bring up all that bad karma. And if you react to that with equal amount of anger and equal amount of jealousy and equal amount of hatred, that's never going to end. So what you need to do is you need to feel it, accept it, and then let it go. Don't chase the rock to the bottom of the pond. Come back to the surface of the pond and just focus on your breath, focus on your body, feel it, accept it, and then let it go. And eventually the pond will become calm again. And once again, you can see the moonlight bouncing off the surface of the pond. That's what practice means, right? That's what I'm here for. Everything else is just a disguise. Huh? But it's good for you too. It's just you have to decide which offering. All right. All right. So now we're going to continue the second one, which is throwing the shoulder. Once again, stretch your spine, open your shoulder, lean back, relax. Bring out your right hand, focus on the center of the palm, make a nice soft fist. Get ready. Up. Open those fingers, feel the vibration coming back to your shoulder. Up. Come back, sit up straight, down, sit up straight, down, up, up, down, down. One last time. Up, up, down. Open those fingers, down. Continue, focus on both hands, get ready. One, open those fingers, feel the vibration coming back to your shoulder. Two, three, four, and five. We're going to continue. And when I said push away the cloud, push away the black cloud, we have a lot of stress accumulated in this body, especially for modern people. We're living in 24/7, it never stops. So much of that is accumulated in the bottom of the skull, continuing in the neck to the back, all the way to the inside. Okay? And the Western science, they call that the vagus nerve. So we're going to work on that. So first, we're going to come back to a posture, come back to old friend, stretch your spine, open the shoulder, lean back, and then relax. We're going to take the thumb, put that in front of the shoulder right here. Okay, so you can feel it right here. This energy point is called the gate to the cloud. We're going to put the thumb there. We don't have to press it down, just touch it. Roll up the fingers. Now, this exercise comes into four different postures. First one, we lift up our shoulder, stretch your spine toward up, and as if we're bringing the shoulder to our ears. The second one is when we point the elbow back, open the shoulder, open it as far as you can, as if you're squeezing a tennis ball in the back. The third is when you lower the elbow and you're completely relaxed. The fourth is when you point the elbow forward and now you're hunching your back, you're bending your neck, okay? And from here, we're going to move up. And as you move up, you follow your elbow. You stretch your upper torso towards the ceiling. You're looking straight ahead. And then now you're going to open that elbow and you lean back. You look at the ceiling about 45 degrees. You bring your elbow as far back as you can, squeezing that tennis ball. And then you're going to bring the elbow down, completely relaxed. And then now you're going to point the elbow forward again, looking down at the ceiling. And then now we're going to coordinate it with the breath as you bring your elbow up. Look straight ahead, taking a deep breath. Continue until you're completely open. And then you breathe out. Relax. Continue until you're completely looking down at the floor. Get ready? Go. Breathe in. Close your eye. All the way down. Breathe out. Breathe in. Stretch your body upward. Open. And then breathe out. Looking down. Breathe in. Open. And then breathe out. Breathe in. Stretch your upper torso towards the ceiling. Open. Continue to breathe in. And then as you come down, breathe out. Continue to breathe out until you're completely looking at the floor. Breathe in. Breathe out. Two more times. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And relax. Sit up straight. Focus on the breathing. Completely relax. Now we're going to work upward. Okay? We work from the neck down to the back, all the way inside. Now we're going to work upward. First, we come back, stretch your spine, open the shoulder, lean back, relax the shoulder. We're going to take two hands, lock the fingers, put that behind your head, sit up straight, use your thumb, feel the skull as you come down on both sides of the neck. You're going to feel a cavity here. So this is a very important energy point called the pond of wind. Wind is something that you can feel, but you cannot see, taste, or smell. So this has to do with your nerve. And I want you to press in your thumb as if you're squeezing the rubber hose. Going to lean back slightly using your neck muscle, creating that pressure. You can feel some numbing, tenderness, even pain. And it will eventually go away. And then now you relax. Okay? And then now we're going to take the right hand, four fingers on the left energy point. Press down with the four fingers. Lean back our neck. We're going to grab that tendon on the left side and we're going to move it towards the right as if you're opening the channel. Now we're going to do the same thing with the left hand. Press down with the four fingers. Lean back the neck slightly. Grab the tendon on the right and stretch it to the left. Now we're going to take the right hand, put that below our ear. There's another energy point here. And we're going to massage until you get to the left energy point. You continue to the center. Now you're going to do the same thing on the right. Massage. Back to the left on the bottom of the ear. All the way to the center. On the bottom of the ear, always to the center. All the way to the center. Now you take your right hand. You put that on top of the ear. You bring it down. Top of the ear, you bring it down. One last time. And then down. Now you come back to this energy point and you give it a good massage. Then you move towards the ear, right in the middle, on top of the bone, and you massage. Now these two energy points will help you sleep. Okay? Now you take one hand, you squeeze both of them, massage. You move further down to the middle of the neck and you massage your two more energy point here. Then you take the thumb, you put that in the middle and you massage. And then you just very gently, okay, mindful of all the energy point that we mentioned. Now we're going to work on the shoulder. So sit up straight, open the shoulder, relax, take the right hand, put that on top. There's a cavity here, very easy to find. Some of you might not have the strength in your arm like my mom to actually do that. So take your left hand, put that under your right elbow, and then just press down. And then take the fingers, move towards the back. You feel the bone. Further down, there's a cavity. This is called the door of wind. And then you just massage. Okay, same thing on the other side. Press down, take the right hand, put that on your left elbow so you have an anchor point. And then go down, find that cavity, massage, and then just massage the shoulder like this. Okay, now we're going to massage your face. They continue to your face. Going to massage your face. So there's two energy lines that we name after the bladder. There's two energy lines that we name after the gallbladder. There's a primary vessel in the middle called the governing vessel. These are all yang energy. Okay, so take your fingers, put that in the beginning of the eyebrow, press down. This one will help you sleep too. And then put that in between your eyebrow and massage the eyebrow. There's three energy points across. You massage as if you're squeezing a toothpaste. Okay. Then you take your right thumb, you put that under the eye bag from the corner to the tail. 1, 2, 3. There's also three energy point there. Same thing on the other side. Right. This will do many things, one of which is to relax you. Then you take your thumb, start at the corner of your eye, you move up, and at the eye socket, you press down. You can feel that there's a small cavity here. This is called the bright eye. So hold it, close your eye. We're going to do some eye yoga. I want you to close your eye and then move the eyeball up, right, down, left, up, right, down, left, up, right, down, left, up. We're going to go counterclockwise, left, down, right, up, left, down, right, up, left, down, right, up. Open your eyes. Okay. Now we're going to go right here, all the way down, and you feel this cheekbone, right? So just press in there. This one will help you sleep too. It's very tender. Okay, just press like this. All right. Now take two fingers at the corner of your eye, go down to the corner of your mouth until you get to the chin. And then put the two fingers outside the nostril. This is called the welcome fragrance. So this is good for your sinus. Then you take four fingers and you put it right here and that massage. This would help with lowering your high blood pressure. Okay. Now we're going to focus on the palm. This nice big circle. I'm going to warm up the hand first. And then now we're going to focus on the center. There's an energy point here called the chamber of labor. It's between the middle fingers and index finger, come down, and use your right thumb, press in. Same thing on the other side, press in. Now you're going to put these two energy points together. You're going to focus on that with your mind. And then you're going to put that in front of your eye. Close your finger as much as you can. But don't press on your eyeball. Now open your eye. You should see only darkness. Okay? But the first time you don't feel anything. So we're going to get the eyes adapted to the infrared light. Second time, you feel a bit warm. Open your eye. And then one last time. Put that in front of your eye. Put that on the temple, massage. Massage the face, front of the face, the forehead, the top of the head, back of the head, lower part of the head, the neck, come back to the face. Put that in on top of the ear. Now we're going to learn to massage the ear. The ear is very important. Okay, we're going to divide it into three parts. First, we put the thumb inside, and then in the middle, and then in the lower part, putting the thumb in the back. We're going to massage the tip, yank, massage the edge, massage the earlobe, yank. Now, we're going to put the index finger right outside, right here. There's a cavity. We're going to put the thumb right below the ear, both hands, massage. And then we're going to put two fingers. Hang on just one second. I'll focus for some reason. I'm going to take two fingers, one on the ear, one in the back of the skull. I'm going to massage. This will help you with your blood pressure as well. Same thing on the other side. And then we're going to do three things at once. We're going to massage, stretch, and pop. Okay? Sit up straight, two hands. 1, 2, and 3. Okay? Now we're going to meditate. And remember, I said that the body's into these 5 dimensions. And what we want to do is get to the end, which is the bliss, by accepting a karma, not creating any more akusala karma. But the tools that we use is our body, intellect, and the chi. The chi begins with the breath. So this is done in 3 steps. First, we're going to work on the body. Everything comes to the body. The body is all we got. So we divide the body into 7 parts. This is called the 7 support point posture of the Varachara. So first are the legs. So if you sit on the chair, just put your bottom of your feet firmly on the floor. If you sit like I do, if you have to, put some blankets and pillows so you're not using any muscle. This is like the pedestal to the rest of the body. The rest of the body is like a bell, like the Liberty Bell. Then you're going to rest your hand on the knee, on the thigh, on the calf, anywhere. Just don't lift it. The most important thing is your spine. The spine is like the clapper of the bell. It needs to be hang perfectly centered. So you start at the bottom of your spine, you move up to the top of the head as if you're stretching and hanging the spine on the ceiling. Then you come to the shoulder, you open the shoulder. Then you lean back the upper torso to the point where you feel like you're just about to fall off. And then you relax the shoulder. Then you focus on your forehead and you bring back the forehead so the ears on top of the shoulder. The head is like the bowling ball, the spine is like the bamboo stick. You're balancing the bowling ball on the bamboo stick. Then you take your chin, you tuck in your chin a little bit so the top of the head is facing the sky. This is what we call the one pillar supporting the sky. You close your eye, you relax your forehead, you relax between your eyebrow. You relax your eyelid, so you're actually not shutting it, you're not opening it neither, but you just relax the eyelid so you can kind of see through your eyelashes, you can see your knee, the floor. Some people say they can even see the bridge of the nose, or the tip of the nose anyway. And then finally, the most important is you take the tip of the tongue and you put it right behind here. There's an energy point here at the bottom of your nose and the tip on the top of your lip. And in the inside is basically where the teeth meets the roof of your mouth. And this will re-energize your salivary gland, put you in the rest and digest. It would also close the circuit, the electrical circuit that runs through your spine and down. So this is the very first step, is about the body. The body and the mind has a bridge. The bridge is called the chi. The chi starts with the breath. So now we're going to focus on the breathing. We start with knowing. We know that we're breathing in. We know that we're breathing out. We know that we're breathing in. We know that we're breathing out. From knowing, we're going to go to anchoring. I want you to anchor your mind, your intellect, onto your belly button. As soon as you feel that you're breathing in, I want you to move that belly button all the way across the room with your mind. The body will follow your mind. The body opens. Diaphragm is being pushed down. As soon as you know that you're breathing out, I want you to take the belly button and bring it all the way to the back. Your body would also follow, lifting up the diaphragm, closing the stomach. Let's sit for 3 minutes, anchoring the mind on the belly button. Breathe in, move forward, open the stomach. Breathe out, bring it back, close the stomach. 3 minutes. Okay, now we're going to continue. This time we're going to use all three. We're going to use our body, our mind, what I call it intellect, and our chi. Chi is life energy. And when we do abdominal breathing, we're actually generating some static electricities in our abdomen. As we breathe in and out, the intestines are piezoelectric, so they're generating some electrons. And we're going to learn to bring those electricity up the spine. So we continue to focus on the breath. We're going to start at the very bottom of the spine, As soon as we know that we're breathing in, we move up the spine, stretch up the torso towards the ceiling, all the way up to the top of the head. And as soon as we know that we're breathing out, we start at the forehead, we come back down to the belly button, but then we lean back up the torso and relax. When we're breathing, we move up, stretch up the torso. When we breathe out, we lean back, bring it back to the belly button. Up, stretch, down, lean back. Okay, so when you move up, we're back to feeling it, accepting it as you come down. And then as you come down, as you relax, you're going to realize that you don't actually need to participate in your breathing. You can just wait. When you come back to the belly button, you can just wait. Ask yourself not to participate in your breathing. Let the body breathe on its own. Stay focused in that empty space. And that's when you say, I'm letting it go. Breathe in, I feel it. Stretch up the torso. Breathe out, lean back. I accept it. And then I'm letting it go. The Christians have a prayer called the Serenity Prayer, which is very helpful here. As you breathe in, you stretch your spine. You focus on the word courage. May I have the courage to change things that I can change. As you come down, you lean back up the torso. You focus on the word acceptance. May I have the serenity to accept things that I cannot change. And then you focus on that space, the empty space, waiting for the body to breathe again. And you say, you focus on the word wisdom. Yeah, I have the wisdom to know the difference. Breathe in, stretch up the torso, courage. Breathe out, lean back up the torso, acceptance. Focus on the empty space and you focus on what wisdom. Okay, 7 minutes. Make sure when you come down, you're breathing out, you're relaxing. Always relax on the upper. So what you're doing is you're cycling your body between the sympathetic and the parasympathetic. As you breathe in, you stretch up the torso, you're raising the shoulders slightly, you're entering into fight or flight. Making good use of the natural steroid that you generate in your adrenal gland to reduce the inflammation in your body. And as you come down, you relax, you focus on the word acceptance is where you restore the sensitivity to the stress hormone. Breathe in, move up, lift the body, lift the shoulder. Breathe out, lean back, relax the shoulder, and then focus on the belly button. Wait for the body to breathe in again. And just keep cycling. And the very last part, the third part is actually the important part. When you're letting it go, is you only use your intellect to stay focused, but you're not using the intellect to judge. So you're not creating any more akusala karma. You're letting it go. Breathe in, stretch. Breathe out, lean back. and then letting it go, letting it go. You don't need to participate in this breathing. Your body breathes on its own. Trust me. Breathe in, stretch, breathe out, lean back, and then letting it go. Okay, open your eyes. I want you to put your hands together again. And massage the toes, the forehead, the top of the head, the back of the head, the neck, above the ear, back of the face. Wake up this body. Okay. So when you meditate, it's very important you wake it back up again. So can I do a sound check? Can you hear me on Insight Timer? So this last part, breathe in, breathe out, and then thank you, Catherine. And then the very last part, which is thank you, Martha, accepting it is actually the most important part, not only for your spiritual as a spiritual practice, but also for your health. It's actually the most important part to your health. You might think that it's the other stuff, it's the stretching and the and all that, or petting and all the things that we do. Those are important, but it's learning how to let it go that has the most profound effect on your health. Now, earlier I talked about how the Indians view their existence focusing on the word being because there are a living being in the universe, like any other living beings. We just happen to be of the human species. That's why we call ourselves human being. But it's the being, the dog, the cat, the snake, they're all beings. They're all living under the same roof, accepting life energy through the universe. Now, and I said now the North Indians have a very comprehensive way of looking at that. They think of the energy as nadis. There's 72,000 of them, half one side, half the other. But when the Chinese got a hold of that knowledge, they simplified it, conceptualized it in terms of the sun. So they think about the yang energy in the presence of the sun, and they think about the yin energy when the sun is gone. Then your existence is influenced by the other planets that happen to have a molten core because they can emit magnetic energy. So the moon is not one of them. The moon has a solid core. The moon has a tremendous effect on us because it's so close to us, but its effects are mainly gravitational. It affects the tide. But what affects our existence of beings are the five other planets, and they conceptualize it in terms of the five elements. And it's the relationship between the five elements that sustain life. The water, which is the source of life, the wood or the vegetation, the sun or the fire, and then the soil. The soil is the opposite of the water. The water is the source of life. The soil is a cradle of life. And then the mineral. And there is a synergetic effect, and there is also a balancing effect. I talked about that in the past. Not only do they think about our existence in terms of these five elements, they think about our internal organs as the five elements and how they all have to work in harmony. The heart is the fire, obviously. The kidney is the water. The soil is the splint. And the liver is the wood or vegetation. Not only do they think about the internal organs in terms of these five elements, they think of our emotions in terms of these five elements. So anger is fire. And what feeds the fire is wood. So a person who's angry all the time, who doesn't know how to let it go, doesn't know how to feel it, accept it, and then let it go, are putting a tremendous demand on the wood element, which is your liver. So a person who's angry all the time to a point where it's extracting so much resources from the liver that the liver cell cannot survive anymore, they turn into cancer cell, you would notice that the person who's angry, and if they happen to have cancer, it's always the liver cancer. A person who's always in fear, fear of this, fear of that, always worry about this and worry about that. Fear is the wood element, right? So if you shine a light onto a deer, they like freezing like a piece of wood. What feeds the wood is the water. And the water element is the kidney. And the kidneys contains also your reproductive organs. So ovarian cancer, some people who are in fear all the time. So managing your emotion, whether they're anger, fear, or what else? Your let me look at my list. Your anger, your fear, your sadness, right? Your worry, they affect each and every one of those energy lines that indirectly affects the organ. Okay, so in my world, in my belief, you need to calm yourself by feeling it, accepting it, and then you need to let it go. That's the most anxiety. Thank you, Mother. That's the most important thing you can do to your health. Okay. All right. So let's move to the floor. We're going to continue some joint exercise. Okay. Get ready for the floor exercise that has to do with breathing, abdominal breathing. Now, the abdominal breathing exercise that we do have some relationship to Tai Chi, right? It looks like it. So in Tai Chi, we use the full body. We use the wrist, therefore we must use the heel. We use the elbow, which means that we use the knee. We use the shoulder, which means we use the hip. So we're going to have to do all that, relax all that first. And so first we go to the knee, put your hand on the kneecap, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Now we're going to go the other way, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Now we're going to do the heel. So right foot first, heel up, heels up. Get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Left foot first. Left foot now. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we're going to do the toes. So we're going to stand, open the shoulders, sit up, stand up straight, and we're going to stand on the toes, but I want you to focus on the top of your head, not on the toes, okay? Now you stand on your toes, you lift up your heel, you focus on the top of your head, and then when you come down, you impact the heel slightly, and you relax. Second time, down. Third time, down. Now, for those of you who have lower back problem, the lower back is what we the chamber of the kidney. Okay, so obviously that's where the kidneys are. But then the energy wise is also where the, and then you want to do this exercise more. So you want, if you have a lower back problem, then you stand and you can just kind of walk like this. Okay, all right, that's a very good exercise. All right, so now we're gonna work on the hip. Work on the hip. So right foot forward. Put your hands together, lean back to the left foot, form a straight line between the heel, the knee, the hip, and the shoulder, and you twist along that line until you can't twist anymore, and you keep going, and then you move back to the front, and then you relax. Second time, loosening up the hip, and then you relax. One last time. And you relax. Now the hip is very important as we get old. The last thing we want to do is fall. When you fall, everything goes into pieces, not just the body. Okay, everything goes into pieces. You can't exercise anymore. All right, so what prevent falling is the hip. So make sure you loosen that hip. Second time, forward, and then third time, forward. Okay, so we got the heel, the shoulder, the hip, and then earlier we worked on the wrist, the elbow, and the shoulder, right? We did all that. All right, so now we're ready. Okay, so in the traditional yogic practice, this is called pranayama. It's one of the 7 limbs. So the body is asana. This is pranayama. Get ready. We're going to do it in 5 different forms. The first one is very simple. You focus on the center of your palm. You bring it up. 1. You bring it towards yourself. 2. You bring it down as you lower your knee. 3. And then you stand back up. 4. And you take a deep breath, very gentle, deep breath from 1 to 2. Breathe in. Then you breathe out. 3. And then you stand up and you relax. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Continue. Breathe in. Cross your hand. Put that in front. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Stand up. Relax. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. One last time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, now stand up. We're going to do a standing meditation for 1 minute. You start at the bottom of your feet, have them firmly on the ground. We sit like the bell, we stand like the pine tree. The feet are the roots. You want to grow some roots. The rest of the body needs to be flexible. So you go from the bottom of the feet to the knee, you loosen up your knee a bit. Then you move up, straighten up your upper torso. Then you go to your shoulder, you relax your shoulder. Then you come to the forehead, you relax the forehead. Then you come to the eyelid, you relax the eyelid so you can actually see the floors. If you don't, you can lose orientation and after a while you're going to fall. And then you come to the tip of the tongue, you put that on the roof of your mouth, make sure that your salivary glands are reactivated, you're in rest and digest. Then you focus on your breathing, 1 breath at a time. I know I'm breathing in, I know I'm breathing out. Just stand for 1 minute, okay? Okay, we're going to continue now. This exercise ultimately is to exercise your diaphragm, allowing you to breathe more with your abdomen. So it has many, many benefits. So first of all, it increases your lung capacity, allows you to get more oxygen into the body. The exercise itself actually circulate the blood all through your body. Um, it exercise your parasympathetic and your sympathetic nerve, right? Um, Restoring sensitivity to cortisol and all that. But then it also kind of massage your internal, relieving the anger from your liver energy line, your anxiety, and so forth. Right? It's a very good set of exercise. But this is meditation. You need to think of it as meditation. So the next one, Right foot forward, and we're going to lean back. So you look at the ceiling, 45-degree, and you notice that the right foot, the toes are up. You bring up your hand, and then you move forward. As you move forward, now you're looking at the floor, again, 45-degree, but the left foot, the heel is up, and you embrace yourself. Then you move back, toe is up, looking at the ceiling, you open up. As you move forward, you breathe in. As you lean back, you breathe out, relax. Always relax on the out breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, relax, breathe out. Follow the hand, breathe in, breathe out. One more time. Breathe in, breathe out. Now follow the hand, lower your hands, back to the standing position. Check your body, loosening up your knee, okay? Loosening up your knee, loosening up your shoulder, loosening up your eyelid. Focus on your breathing. 1 minute. Okay, open your eyes. Now we're going to continue with left side. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, in, out. Close your mouth, okay? Breathe with your nose. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. One last time. Follow your hands. Breathe in, breathe out. Lower your hands. Back to the standing position. 1 minute. Focus entirely on your breath. Now your mind's gonna want to wander away. As soon as you find your mind wandering away, invite your mind back. Focus on your breath. One breath at a time. That's the intellect that I'm talking about. It likes to have a will of its own, and now you're just training it gently. Okay? And then now we move to the third one, which is called butterfly. Okay? All right, focus on your hands. Bring up your hands. Bring it back down. Now the knees follow. Bring up your hands again, the knees follow, and then the heels also follow. So you're standing on your toes until the back of the hands are touching. As you come down, you breathe in. As you go up, you breathe out, following the hands, okay? If your mind is not anchored on the center of your palm, you're gonna fall. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. Your body doesn't fall, it's the fear that makes you fall. So if you anchor your mind onto the center of your palm, you're not letting that fear comes out. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Just very gently breathe in. Breathe out. One last time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bring down your hand. Lower your knee, your heel. And then 1 minute. Focus entirely on your breath. Okay. The next one's called pushing hands. It's actually the most difficult one. And you're actually going to use all the joints, right? The elbow, the wrist, the heel, and the knee, and all that, right? So now I want you to think about a water wheel in front of you, like the clock. This is 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock. So you bring your hand to the 9 o'clock, to the 12 o'clock, to the 3 o'clock, all the way down, and then you move back to the 9 o'clock. As you come in, you breathe in all the way in, lower your body, and then you stand back up. And as you push, you breathe out. You focus on your hand, you feel it, you accept it, but you don't judge it. You don't judge anything. You just feel your body. Breathe in, breathe out. Feel it, accept it, and then most important is let it go. Let it go. Focus entirely on the present. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. One last time. Breathe in, breathe out. And back to the standing position. Another minute of standing meditation. Loosening up your knee. Okay. Don't lock your knee. Okay. Just stand loosely. It's the tree. The rest of the body has to be elastic. Okay, there's a fundamental difference between the Eastern approach and the Western approach. The Western approach is all entirely on the intellect. It's always about knowing what the problem is and then finding a way to solve the problem, beating everything into submission. The Eastern approach is all about harmony. It's the intellect as part of intelligence system. There's the rest of it, which is the spine. So we focus on the feeling part. I just want to feel it without judging. Okay, so think of it, Mr. Miyagi. Works on, works off. Just feel it. Just feel it without judging. I just want to feel it. I feel the in breath. I feel the out breath. I feel the air running through my fingers. I feel my breath coming into my nostril, entering into my lower stomach. Feel it, accept it, but don't judge it. Let it go. Wax on, wax off. Relax. Breathe in, breathe out. Don't try to find a purpose. The purpose is in the breath. Just feel your breath. If you're not breathing, there's not much purpose in life anyway. Feel your breath. Breathe in, breathe out. One last time. Breathe in, breathe out. Come back. This is the last 1 minute standing meditation. I want you to vow to stay focused on your breathing the entire minute, all 60 seconds. Okay? One breath at a time. Let's go. Okay? So I talk about how most of us who have health problem comes from what's called autonomous disorder. We're stuck on the fight or flight. We don't know how to turn on the rest and digest, right? So when I try to explain that to my mom said, but I'm not doing anything. I'm just sitting and watching TV. I say, Mom, the light that comes in your eye puts you in the fight or flight. So sometimes people are stuck on the fight or flight so much that they have what's called adrenal fatigue because and then what happened then is that they get lightheaded, especially when they get up too early and all that, up too fast and all that. And that's because as you change your center of gravity, your body is designed in such a way to send some stress hormone so that it compensates for the change, sending more oxygen to your brain. But if you're stuck in that fight or flight all the time, then the adrenal gland doesn't work properly and it doesn't send those signals fast enough, then you can have lightheaded. So if you have that problem, put a chair next to you or do it gently. All right. So this one we only do it 3 times. So we're going to breathe in and then we're going to breathe out as we squat down. But you breathe out when you get to the bottom, you bend forward. And then you breathe in as you stand up, you bend backward. Okay. Mindful of your adrenal gland. Huh? Okay. All the way down, all the way up. Get ready. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And relax. All the way down. Huh? All the way down, all the way up. Get ready. Okay. Breathe out. Breathe in. And relax. One last time. Breathe out. Breathe in. And relax. Lower your hand. And walk back to your seat. We're going to sit for 7 minutes. And I'm going to ask you to focus now on that empty part. On the empty part. Right? You breathe in, you stretch your upper torso. You breathe out, you lean back your upper torso, you relax, and then you're going to focus on the empty part by letting go of your breath. Right? Have the faith that your body will breathe on its own. Okay? But I want you to put you in the right mood first. I want you to close your eye, sit up straight. I want you to think about the ocean. I love that. I just love that ocean. I want you to think about the ocean, your favorite beach. I want you to think about how the water rises up slowly, gently. I want you to see, vision how the water goes back to the ocean. Slowly, gently, the water rises up. Now you notice that when it rises to the top, the world actually comes to a standstill. It doesn't go back to the ocean right away as it just wants to enjoy the beach like you do. And then it eventually go back to the ocean. And then the world stands still again. And then eventually it rises. So I want you to think about your breath as if you're watching the ocean. I want you to feel your breath. As soon as you feel that you're breathing in, stretch the spine, go from the bottom of the spine to the top of the head as if the water is coming in from the ocean. As soon as you feel that you're breathing out, start at the forehead, slowly come down to the belly button, as if the water is receding back into the ocean. And then the world comes to a standstill. Everybody is waiting for the ocean like you're waiting for your body to breathe again. Just relax. Eventually, your body breathes in on its own. It rises with the water. The body breathes out on its own. You go back to the ocean and you rest, you wait. The body breathe in, feel it. The body breathes out, accept it. And then in that empty space, you just let it go. Breathe in with the ocean, feel it, stretch your upper torso. Breathe out, follow the ocean, follow the water back to the ocean. You come down to the belly button, you lean back, you relax, and then you just relax. Focus on that empty space. Wait for the water, wait for your in breath. Okay, 7 minutes. Let it all go. Let go of your anxiety. Let go of your fear. Let go of your anger. Let go of your worry. Let go of that all that black cloud that we call akusala karma. Let the sun shine upon us. Let our wisdom reveal itself. Compassion, the loving kindness, empathy, and equanimity. It's all within us. You just have to let it go. Breathe in, stretch the body, move towards the ceiling. Breathe out, come back to the belly button, lean back the body and relax. And then focus on that empty space. Let the body breathe on its own. Let the ocean come back on its own. And then breathe in again, stretch. Breathe out, lean back and relax. And then just let it go. Focus on the lotus pond. Focus on the surface of the water and see how the water calms itself. You can actually see the moon bouncing off the surface of the pond. Let go of the mud. No matter what people do to you, however painful it is, feel it, accept it, and then letting it go. If you follow that rock, somebody threw a rock on your pond, if you just follow that rock to the bottom of the pond, all you get is mud on yourself. It's not worth it. Okay, open your eyes. Put your hands together. And wake up this body once again. So there's a saying in America that says it's going to get worse before it gets better. I think it's going to get worse. I don't think it's ever going to get better. I think people realize that anger and fear and anxiety and hatred are international currency. We're going to see a lot more fighting, a lot more wars, a lot more mass killing, a lot more yelling between candidates. It's going to get worse. I don't see how it's going to get better. So a time like this reminds me of a story from the Tibetan monks. He says that there's a place called Shankara, and later on people call that Shankara. It's called Shambhala, and in there are some warriors called Shambhala warriors. And in the time of need, much as what it is now, the Shambhala warriors would appear to give us peace of mind. They come with two very powerful, important weapons. One is called compassion, one is called wisdom. It turns out those Shambhala warriors are us. We are the Shambhala warriors. You must have wisdom and compassion to fight off anger, fear, and hatred. Not just to protect yourself, but to protect your family. So with that, I bid you goodbye. I'll see you next week. I hope you can join us tonight at 8:30. I know some of you live in the East Coast, so can only join us through YouTube recording. Let us be blessed with happiness, with health, and with peace. Namaste. I'll see you all next week, or I see you all tonight at 8:30. Okay? Bye-bye. Okay, 星期一見. Bye-bye.